Yo, what's up, kids? I wanted to try something a bit different here today. Well, first off, I wanted to make a new video, but secondly, I wanted to try a new form of what I'm doing today, and that's kind of have like a journal entry. But rather than write it down, which is what I've done in the past, I'd rather try a new way of doing it, and I'm going to be making videos, and I do put that plural. I do want to make more videos in the future about this sort of thing. But anyway, long story short, I wanted to make a video diary. That's all that matters. Tune out the static. Pay attention, because this is very, very, very important stuff that I'm going to discuss with you kids here today. So keep that in mind. I wanted to take this inaugural video to thank you for wanting to watch the video in the first place. Because if you're watching this video, then chances are you know me, and if you know me, you're probably my friend. So you're proving your friendship to me by watching this video. So thank you for making this possible, making me possible. Everything works out in the end. The topic of today's video diary, I wanted to talk about my experience at the Community College of Baltimore County. For those of you that are already aware, I will be going to the University of Maryland in the spring. It is December 2018 at the time I'm making this video, specifically December 19th. I start at the University of Maryland at the end of January, but before I can jump into that program, I need to finish my business at CCBC. And fortunately for me, I have the opportunity to finish my degree pattern over the winter, particularly in January. From January 2nd, I believe, to the 24th. It's a whole semester in 1 month, and that's actually not something I've done in the past. This is all new to me. At least something with that schedule being that demanding. So, already I'm heading into something that I'm not quite familiar with. But I am familiar with, because I'm familiar with CCBC. I'm familiar with, the work ethic, what's expected of me, what I can expect from my teachers and from my peers, for better or for worse, I guess you could say. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm one class away, and that's going to be, I believe it's a class in landscape graphics design. It's going to be the last class I need for my General Studies Associate of Arts degree. And yes, that does matter. Those do count at the end of the day. Shut up. And more importantly, I'm also going to be finishing up with this chapter of my life, which is moving away from community college and onto, it's kind of a terrible term. I'm moving from the minor leagues to the major leagues, in my opinion. And I think that's something that I'm ready for, and in order to really feel that I'm ready for it, I need to take care of my business at CCBC. And so I'm really looking forward to finishing this class. I'm really looking forward to going to the University of Maryland and pursuing my degree in golf course management. For those of you that don't already know, that's really what I want to do with my life. I want to run my own golf club. It's not that I knew what I wanted to do when I was a kid. It's something that I've learned that I wanted to do over time, and my experience just working on golf courses. I've worked on golf courses essentially my whole life, basically from when I was 15 to now, which has been 8 years. It's unbelievable. It's incredible to really think about it in a way. To think I might have been 16 at the time I got my first job. Okay, but you get the idea. I was 16 at the time I got my first job at Mount Pleasant Golf Course, which I was there for 6 years. Elevated from there to the Country Club of Maryland, worked there for 2 years. So overall, the past 8 years, I've really figured out this is what I wanted to do. And I first realized that about a little over 3 years ago, I would think. And I knew I wanted to go to school for it. I knew that this is what I wanted to do. But in order to elevate myself to new plateaus, and I shouldn't say plateaus. In order to elevate myself to new heights, essentially, I would have to go back to school, pursue my education, and my first stop on that program, my first stop on that pathway was the community college of Baltimore County. And so for the past 3 years, I was going there part time. I never went full time, which I guess looking back on it was kind of foolish. But I more on that later. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I just wanted to take this time now to really give you guys a little backstory about why I went to college and why I'm going to go to the University of Maryland, just to kind of set the stage, if you will. If I could digress back on that topic I just put off to the side about why I only went part time, I really only went part time because looking back on it, all I really knew how to do was work, and I didn't want to go from what I was comfortable with to a situation where I wasn't comfortable with what I was doing. I didn't want to go back to school full time because I wanted to work. I wanted money. That's definitely a key. That's definitely a cog in the machine. Because just being Jason Miller is kind of expensive. So I like having a little bit of play cash, a little bit of monopoly money, if you will. So that's if I could really touch on that stuff. That's why I only went part time. Because I get a lot of people asking me that, why I only went part time, why I never went back full time. Because if I went full time, it would have been done by now. So the comment on that section, I could have been done by now. Let's go back to 2012 here for a second. Turn the clocks back. Was it 6 years now? It's been since 2012. The world was supposed to end in 2012. What the hell happened? So back then, I just graduated high school, and I went right from high school right to the community college of Baltimore County the first time. Not many people realize I went to CCBC as soon as I graduated school. I didn't go back to CCBC until 3 years ago, and I was 19 at the time. I believe, something like that. No, 3 years ago, out of 24 years, is 21. So I can do math. I'm a college kid. So, but most people don't remember that I went to college as soon as I graduated high school. And the reason for that was because it didn't really work out that well. I don't think first off, I didn't know what I wanted to do. That was probably the biggest factor. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And secondly, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, I didn't feel what I was doing was worthwhile, because I was doing something my heart wasn't in. And thirdly, I really don't think I was ready for it at all. Which, I've had people say, well, there's kids that go right from high school into, like, Harvard or something. And I'm like, you know what? That's great, okay? Congratulations to those kids for being more prepared than I am, okay? People come from all walks of life. The walk of life I was coming from, I was not ready to go to college, which is why I didn't go to college as soon as I got done, which is why I went to CCBC later on, which is why I'm only getting done now when I'm 24 years old. But you know what? Better late than never. And I also wanted to conclude this topic of why I went to school so much later, and why it's taken me so long to go to University of Maryland. Because I have a whole another group of people that are asking me why I didn't just go straight to the University of Maryland. Why did I even fool around with CCBC? And it goes back to how I wasn't ready for school. There was a point in my life when I left CCBC the first time, I didn't think I was ever going to go back to school. So, when I decided I needed to go back to school, I didn't want to jump headfirst into something I wasn't comfortable with. I wanted to just slowly but surely work my way over, which could be another reason I only went part-time, because I only had 2 classes at a time to think about. Later on, it was 3 classes at a time. But I never went to 4 classes or 5 classes during a semester. There was only 3 at the most. It started off as 2. I got my feet right into it. I learned a little bit about myself. I learned a little bit about the school. And I learned how to really tap into, my potential to just do basic assignments, to go to class, and basically succeed in a way. Because that was probably the biggest thing I learned from CCBC was how to set my goals and succeed at achieving my goals. And my goals could be, I have to get this assignment done by that point, or I have to do this project by the end of the semester. And that sounds silly in a way, but there was a time I couldn't do that, and I think maybe the same could be said for other people. It's difficult to say. I'm only operating off of my experience, so that's why that's why I thought CCBC was really worthwhile for me, because okay, at the end of the day, the slip of paper I get from CCBC might not weigh as much as the slip of paper I'm going to get from the University of Maryland, but the experience and the knowledge that I gained from attending the school and the impact it's had on my life means more to me than that, okay? So I don't really need to justify anything else about why I went to CCBC. Looking back, I would have just finished CCBC in the first place, went straight to the University of Maryland if I knew what I was doing, and then I would have been done by now. And then I'm not even in this situation. I'm already off in my career, So I mean, hindsight's 2020. I don't spend a lot of time looking back. I try to look forward. So right now, it's about what I can do to succeed now, and what I can do to succeed in the future. And right now, that means I have to go to the University of Maryland, and to do that, I need to finish CCBC, which is why I'm only one more class away, because I slowly but surely pecked at it and worked worked efficiently towards my degree one step at a time, and that's ultimately what brings me here today, to tell you guys a little bit about my story, a little bit about, going back to school, having to overcome the feel that I wasn't good enough, overcoming a little bit of social anxiety, because I mean, it's not really a secret. Most people know this. I got picked on when I was in high school, and I mean, bullying, I mean, that's a whole nother video, a whole nother subject I could talk about another day, because I got people that say, well, you know what, back in my time, when I was picked on in high school, blah, 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 we beat people. Again, I'm not in their position. I'm not really the, kind of person to, if I get into a competition with someone, my first instinct to punch them, okay? That's not really me, okay? So, again, I was picked on a lot in high school. I wasn't in a position where I could do something about it, and it grew into the social anxiety that I still carry today, of going in front of people and trying to gain acceptance from them. So it was a little bit of having to overcoming, again, my feel that I wasn't good enough, or that I was inadequate. I think is the proper term that I would feel satisfied in using to describe, what I feel the most from people. So to really overcome all this, and to be only one more class away from wrapping up this point in my life, it's really special. So, I mean, I got University of Maryland still going to be down in the future, and I'm kind of nervous about it. I mean, I don't know anybody that wouldn't be nervous. I mean, I'm excited about it too. So it's a little bit of both happening at the same time, I think. And I think after I start going to the University of Maryland, the more I go to it, and the more classes that I go to, and the more that I work at it, the more comfortable I'll end up feeling. Because, again, I just need to reflect on the fact I was afraid to go to CCBC because I didn't think I was good enough. Now I'm going to go to the University of Maryland, and I kind of feel the same way. I might not be good enough. So, but again, it's like looking back on it, I mean, CCBC, it was never that big a deal for me. And I always thought it was a big deal. Now it's like I'm in a position, I was like, gosh, if I knew it was going to not be this, it wasn't easy. If I knew it was going to be this simple, and, I could have gone to honors courses, and I probably could have done well in them, but I didn't, because I didn't know if I was good enough. So, I mean, I need to take all the strength that I've gotten so far in my life, and for my experiences, and channel them into who I am today, so I can head into that next task with confidence, with assurance that I'm going to do good. And my time in CCBC has really built up my confidence and my education enough to where I feel that I'm good enough to go to the University of Maryland. So that's a little bit of background on where I come from, a little bit of reflection on my time at CCBC, which is really fun. I learned a lot. I met a lot of great people, and just a little bit of looking into the future, looking at the horizon of what's coming my way. So it's been a really special time, and I'm grateful for the people that have been in my life to support me doing all this. I'm not a particularly easy person to know. I still work through a lot of social anxiety and a lot of just difficulties in speaking with people. So, people already have to work really hard to be my friend just because I'm that kind of person. So to be my friend for me through all this is really, really special, and it means a lot to me. So I want to say thank you for that. And I look forward to doing more videos like this in the future. I don't know when the next video will come. I don't even want it to be a situation where I'm doing video diaries based on what's going on now. I love to do videos about what's happened or where I've come from, or about, okay, this happened when I was 7. Okay, let me tell you about this thing that happened when I was 7. So I don't know, it could be about anything. All I wanted to do is I wanted to try something different, make a video. I tried something different, I made a video. So, hear me out. It's been fun. See you next time.